I'm Kathy Johnson from Pyramid of Potential. This is video 39 out of 60 of the Harnessing Learning Potential video series. And today we're talking all about working memory. So working memory refers to the number of discrete pieces of information that a person can manipulate in their brain. Here are some examples of poor working memory. We see it all the time with our learning disabled children. So in reading, you might have the student who can blend a 3-sound word, but not a 5-sound word. So if the word was b, ol, e, n, d, by the time you get to the d, they've forgotten the b and the ol. That's low working memory. In reading, as they're getting older and they're reading compound sentences, by the time they get to the end of the sentence, they've forgotten the first half of the sentence. In writing, these are the kids who go, write. They write a lot of letters, okay? There's no spacing, no capitalization, no punctuation. The spelling's atrocious. It's just all just writing. So I once was working with this one 4th grade girl, and she was doing just that. And at the end of the paragraph, I stopped her and I said, now, how come you didn't fix that one word? Because I know you know how to spell that word if you think about it. And she looked at me like I had 2 heads and said, if I do that, I'll forget what I was saying. It's like, I had no idea that someone with low working memory, I know now, they've got low working memory, they can't stop to do capitalization and punctuation. And so when we're assessing their work, and we try and do a whole rubric of all these things, how creative was it, did we have capitalization and punctuation correct, and the spelling was correct, and it was neat, and all these things. We can't do that for the children who have low working memory. They will always fail, because they can either get their thoughts down or write a very short, correct sentence. One short, correct sentence, because that's all they've got the working memory for. So let's make sure that we are assessing only what we're asking for. And if we need to, for writing, give them a pre-printed paragraph for them to capitalize, if that's what we needed to work on or assess. Or with no punctuation or some punctuation, some right, some wrong, have them edit it, okay? Then we can assess that, but we can't assess it while they're actually doing their writing. And then there's math. The people with low working memory, they kind of hold it together if they're doing something like double-digit multiplication or carrying and borrowing and stuff like that. The easy stuff, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, no problem. Get into this more complex math. They hold it together and they might get through one. Same little girl, 4th grade. We were multiplying whole numbers times fractions. And after she got through one, a wall came up and her eyes got glassy. And I said, what's 2 plus 2? She knows 2 plus 2. We were just multiplying whole numbers times fractions. And she just looked at me and said, huh? I mean, she was toast. She could not do any more math. So if you've ever seen someone hand in their math where the first 1 or 2 problems are correct, and you know that they can do it, they just can't do a whole lot, but you're asking them to do a whole homework page of 15 problems, and 1 or 2 are correct, but all the rest are wrong. It's possible that the reason why the rest are wrong, because this is what this little girl told me, it's possible that they didn't want to get in trouble, and that's why they're not blank. That's what she said. She didn't want to get in trouble by leaving them blank. So she would rather get an F rather than get in trouble. So this is what we are seeing with people who have low working memory. And so let's talk about, what can we do about that? So in brain training, an example of what I might do to improve working memory is I may give you some numbers and have you manipulate them. So here's an example. I'm going to say 5 numbers and I want you to repeat them, or you can write them down, but wait till I say go, and then write them down but in backwards order. Okay, so if I were to say 1, 2, 3, you would write down 3, 2, 1. Got it? Okay, so here goes. Just write 5 numbers, write them down in backwards order. 3, 6, 2, 8, 4, go. What you should have had was 4, 8, 2, 6, 3. And if you got that, then that would be average working memory. If that was too hard for you, I'd start lower. I'd start with, okay, say out loud these 2 numbers backwards. 3, 6. You would have said 6, 3. Now I'd add one more. I say 3, 6, 2. And now you would, maybe you did this, say those numbers backwards, which is 2, 6, 3. I'm going to add one more. Okay, so say it out loud backwards. 3, 6, 2, 8. So you should have said 8, 2, 6, 3. One more time. Say them backwards after me. 3, 6, 2, 8, 4. And you should have said 4, 8, 2, 6, 3. So that is what brain training is all about. It's with a person, we do it together, we improve your memory. We work for 5 days a week for an hour at a time for 12 weeks. And one of the greatest things that we do is improve working memory, because that's many times what holds a kid in special ed, even though they're smart, because of low working memory. We fix that, and then we're able to move beyond, get out of special ed. Thanks. That's it for today.